MGM. We'll give it a couple minutes for everybody else to start flowing in. Hope everybody's doing good though.
Jim, hey everybody. So quiet in here.
Leave.
What's up? What's up, Eve?
GM, how's it going?
It's going good. I think it's the first time seeing you, so Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah. Welcome, Bear Civil Charitable Fund for Community Development. Oh, nice. What's up, Swift? What's up, Hawaii?
Jim.
What's up, Swift? What's up, Nick? Welcome. We'll get started in just a couple minutes. I'm gonna get the Slido up. We have a check-in question for the group to fill out. So let me get that up. So if you go ahead and go to the Slido link, and you'll be able to see the poll or the question we have. I'll pin it. What's up, Alan? Welcome. And I'll share my screen so we all can see it. So if you can see my screen, the check-in we have is how are you feeling to start 2026? And then kind of a two-parter, what relationships, people, nature, spiritual do you want to get? And for anybody just entering the call, we're doing a slide out check-in question, which you should have the link in the chat. And if not, you could also scan the QR code. Just go ahead and share how you're feeling to start the year, and what would you like to grow relationship-wise. And we'll give us another few more minutes, and then we'll pass it over to Eve to do some meditation. Looks like most people have stopped typing. We have 5 responses. I'll take that. And yeah, if you want to drop your thoughts, really want to get people's feelings and check-in. So yeah, if you can, please share. You also could just share on the call. So maybe we'll go through some of these real quickly, just read them out. And then we could kind of later on, this is going to be more of an open discussion monthly call, so we could kind of circle back to some of the themes and ideas shared here. So let's see, 2026 feels awesome. I want to deepen my relationship with myself, my family, local community, digital community, local environment this year. I'm feeling a lot of energy to harmoniously deepen my relationships this year. That's awesome. Next up, we got feeling good, a little bit burnt out, but making this push to get things in order before taking a break and recharging. Looking to grow relationships and formalize partnerships and put more time into the garden. Definitely sensing a theme here. It's awesome. Myself, I said I'm feeling very optimistic and excited as I feel the relationships built over the past couple of years are starting to compound. And I feel supported by a great community of builders and regens. I didn't get to fully recharge over the break, but still have enough in the tank. I really want to grow my relationships to nature and people, especially IRL, as I spend way too much time inside. And next, we have I'm energized by the new year and my trimmed down focus list. Nice, more meaningful relationships connected to movement and nature and putting more feeling and thought into our spirituality. And okay, I like this one. Feeling fantastic to see the chaos in the world. Always looking to grow the network people that are value aligned beyond number go up shit. Leading into embracing solitude as a tool to minimize mental bandwidth to enable deeper contemplation around the big questions in life. That's awesome. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So if anybody else wants to share, like even just vocally something real quick, that it'd be great. Or just the site will be open the whole call, so you'll be able to drop your thoughts at any point. All right, cool. I'll pass over to you, Eve, to do some meditation.
Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. Super happy to be here. And before I start, I just wanted to share an event that's happening on Friday. It's a collaboration between Regen Pollination and Regen Commons. So Apo and I are both on the Steward Council of Regen Commons. And so this event is, if you've been to a Regen Pollination event before, they happen consistently on Fridays, and it's an opportunity for networking. And then we'll also be sharing some of the history. It's Jeremy from Regens Unite called it Regen Commons lore drop. So Gregory Landoa from Regen Network will be there. Myself, I think Patricia Parkinson, maybe Afo if you're available. So I'll share the the info in chat, and hope to see some of you there if you can make it. And before we meditate, just a little bit about the astrology of 2026. So it's a super exciting year. We're going now in a 1 year in numerology. So last year was a 9-year, which is the end of a cycle. This year is a 1 year. So we're starting fresh now, and maybe you can feel this energy and momentum already. And it's also in the Chinese zodiac, it's the year of the fire horse. Last year was the year of the wood snake, so it was about shedding and releasing and completion. And this year is the fire horse, so it's about passion and urgency. And we have a lot of support from the planets. So over the past few years, the outer planets have been changing signs, which signals a big shift in energy. But then they've been retrograding back into the previous sign that they were in. And as we go into 2026, the planets are making their shifts now into new signs permanently. So we're going to have less of this kind of back and forth energy and more sustained momentum going forward, which is super, super supportive. And the kind of theme, if there's one mantra to remember for 2026, it's be the change. So we're going through this major shift, and what we're going to start to feel more and more is that it's really about embodying that shift that we want to see in the world and how we show up in our daily lives. And so even as challenges come up, for me, it's been really helpful to come back to this mantra of be the change, because that's really what we're being asked to do. And so with that, if you are able, I invite you to just come into a space of stillness for a few moments. And take a breath. Become aware of your breath moving in and out of your body. This constant flow of life force energy, which is always with you. Feel your feet connected to the floor. Feel your body connected to the chair beneath you or wherever you're sitting. Just inviting some softness into your body and into your aura. And take a moment to reflect on everything you accomplished in the last year, and even further back in your work related to Greenpill, related to public goods, and just in general. And allowing your breath to be smooth and steady. With your next exhale, just let all of that go. Release all of the effort, all of the work, all of the thinking, all of the planning, all of the doing. And see yourself at the threshold of a new year, new opportunity, because you are, we all are. And feel yourself supported by everyone around you in this community, because we are. Taking a few more breaths, feeling the support of the earth beneath you, feeling the support of your friends and colleagues around you. And when you're ready, coming back for the rest of our monthly call. Thanks as always, Afo and Matt, for the opportunity to share meditation here.
Yeah, thank you, Eve. As always, always helps to recenter myself. So really appreciate it. We'll give it a few more seconds. Let's let people come back, and then we'll get started. All right, let's get into the call. And this call is going to be more open-ended than typically. I think we're going to use this call to explore how we could do future calls this year. So have a few Slido questions where we're going to rank some activities we could do during calls, and kind of see where the sentiment is. And then also just want to be able to open it up for anybody to share how they're feeling, any updates that they have, questions they have about Greenpill. As we've been going through the Greenpill Garden, which is an incubation of Greenpill stewards, that's regens that are looking to form a solid shared language around theory of change, coherent strategy, outcomes, and a whole set of things. We're actually having our next workshop hosted by Hino and Super Benefit DAO, where we'll get into protocols and structures. So a lot of great learning going on, and getting us in a more cohesive and unified manner. So maybe Matt, are you at your computer? Because I think we could do some updates right now, like share Octane, Epoch 10, and I guess whatever other updates maybe you have. And then from there, we could get into open discussion and some Slido questions.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm kind of wrestling the baby at the moment, so let me just drop what I have in front of me, and then you or anybody else can kind of fill in the gaps. So
share my screen as you go through things.
Nice. And yeah, sorry if the order of this is also kind of a bit all over the place. So I guess first up, we got a couple of feeder podcast seasons are being dropped as we speak. So I got the VDAO season and then the Network Nations season. So yeah, VDAO very much about like self-sovereignty, kind of getting people together, getting like their homestead or their property kind of locked in. It's an interesting one, definitely coming at it from a different direction. And then the Network Nations with Felipe de Primavera and I can't remember what the other gentleman's name is, but yeah, this one's real heavy, real think pieces, kind of covering a lot of different angles. Kind of.
I think his name's Felix.
Felix, yeah, Felix. Yeah, highly recommend both of those. And then there's also, I guess, season 10 kind of being dropped too. So there's a lot of content. This is, I think, the heaviest stream I can recall ever seeing. So yeah, I think we're help spread the word. I guess I'll leave it at that. Eve had already mentioned the Regen Commons call coming up on Friday, I believe. So yeah, definitely double tap on that. Regen Coordination, we had a solid end of year call, and this may be the open discussion. We can get into this a little bit more, but really solid call at the end of the year. You wanna jump in?
Just quickly, I just realized as you said that this Regen Pollination call is the same time as the session we have scheduled on Friday, which really sucks because I really wanted to go to the Regen Pollination call.
Oh no.
Do you think we can reschedule our working session, or I don't know when we would do it for, but it's
Are you traveling next week?
I'm traveling next week. It's possible that rather Mercurial could do it without me because we've worked on it together. So that I could ask him if he'd be open to that. Or if not, then I'm back on the 29th, and we could just do it after that. We'd have to. Yeah, I know it's not ideal because we have a whole schedule and everything. But,
Yeah. Well, I think. Well, I know just to be quite like frank. I think. Yeah, I think we keep it because we had it scheduled, and yeah, and we do need to we can't because we're meant to have other workshops, and it'll just make things delay things. Yeah.
Could we push the time back potentially?
We can push the
that's a
time
good
back.
idea. Maybe we
It
push
might
it
not
back.
be flexible for more later, but I think that's a fair compromise we can make.
Yeah. So because regen pollination just 1 hour, isn't it?
Yeah, Eve, it's 1 hour, I think.
It's 90 minutes. It's 10
90
to
minutes.
11 PST.
10 to 11 PST. Okay.
And we have to say the whole time to say,
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, I'm flexible later. That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. So maybe if why don't we just ask in the garden group so but we can see if people are open to pushing it a bit later. Okay, I'll send a message.
Yeah.
I'll send a message.
Yeah, that's a good call. I'm down to push it later too. That works.
I'm at that.
We got something else. We'll talk about it in the Gardens Telegram group and we'll figure it out. Yeah. Yeah, too much good stuff happening, I guess, is a good problem to have. Yeah, speaking of good stuff happening, yeah, I was gonna say Eve Denver coming up, but I mean, should we be calling it Eve Boulder and Eve Denver is the side event? I don't know, possibly. But yeah, Eve Boulder, both. Yeah, that's fair. It's being a little spicy. But yeah, we haven't formally started organizing any concrete Greenpill specific plans over there, but I'm sure a decent hunk of people within our community and are going to be going there. So I guess yeah, we'll send messages out as things kind of happen. But yeah, that's the conference of the year, I think, for the Regen Refi space. So yeah, that'll be awesome. And it's crazy to think that so many of us saw each other a year ago already. Holy heck, time really flies. We have Artisan Season 6 coming up. I believe it starts later this month. Yeah, big shout out to Swift Devo and AFO for really getting the I don't know what the proper verbiage, but we have a Greenpill meetup program or whatever. Yeah, Swift, I know you're gonna drop all the good information in there, but yeah, that's another one. We'll share more information across all our channels as things happen. But yeah, again, thank you very much, Swift and company.
Yeah, just to give add a little bit more there. We have 2 funds that we're a part of. One more on the garden side that I'm helping to lead. So it's a collective governance fund. So it's for we're looking for youth-based blockchain university clubs, but really it's open for any community or club that looking to do collective governance. So conviction, voting, participatory budgeting, and these type of things. So we have 10K. We're looking to grow that pool. And then I think we also have the Greenpill Regenerative Fund here. If I just scroll down a little bit more, where are you? There we go. So we got the Greenpill Regenerative Fund with 1K in it, being led by Swift. And yeah, this one's for more just general regenerative gatherings, different impact work in that sphere. Yeah. Back to you, Matt.
Nice. And then I also realized I was kind of about to start rambling about regen coordination a little bit. So yeah, we had a great end of year call. We kind of got to dig through those Slido questions and what we got there and kind of restructure, or I don't know what the word is, but figure out, okay, new year, what's our focus? How are we going to move forward? But yeah, that end of year call was really an exciting one to get to see a lot of fresh faces, and there was a lot of great conversation there. And then the final note I have is, so Superfluid is a streaming funding platform, and there's currently a campaign with Gardens, the conviction voting tool that we use. So long story short, Right now, if you stream funds into funding pools, you get some SUP rewards. I think SUP rewards are also tied to just like being a part of the community. So if somebody's streaming, I think they get 50% of the rewards and the other 50% goes to the rest of the community. I'm not quite sure, but I just quote tweeted something from Gardens, a tweet from Gardens with the Greenpill account. And in there, it lays out exactly, how you actually kind of get the rewards. But trying to degen the regens to an extent, but yes, it's an interesting one for sure. And I think those were, that was all I got for some quick updates.
You forgot the big one, my brother.
What is that? I know I'm gonna. Oh yeah, yeah. It was like I got somebody chewing on me right now. I was like, oh yeah. Octane Epoch 10. How many days left? 6 days left to allocate if you have your GLM locked. You need 100 GLM effective balance, basically. And yeah, this is the best of the best. So it's like the top 3 from the previous epochs. Greenpill Dev Guild is in there. A bunch of our friends are in there. I'm not even going to start naming because I know I'm going to miss a couple people, but yeah, you'll recognize the familiar faces when you're looking through these projects. And as usual, shout out Hawkins, because in this space where everything seems to, we don't really have the foundation's not really fully set yet. They got their 100,000 each stake and allocating the yield, and we know that they're going to be there forever, basically. It's a big one.
And they've been doing live streams. I think today's live stream is data, hot takes, and analytics. So if you want to check out more like just kind of an interview format with the different types of projects, definitely check out the live streams. And then next week, there's going to be a demo day where each project's going to have a 5-minute pitch. So definitely check that out. That'll kind of be this live stream where you get all the meta on the round. And there's 6 days left to allocate. So I'll be sending DMs. So be expecting DMs from me if you haven't allocated yet. Just support all the great projects. Yep.
And I guess real quick, because if you have GLM locked, like hypothetically, okay, there's an epoch. Well, there's going to be one more epoch with this format.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, maybe I'm about to take back what I'm going to say, but there is also the opportunity to claim the rewards for yourself. So if you need money, there's no, you could have GLM be a part of this community, have your GLM locked. It's like, I kind of need money for my own pocket. Like, you can claim those ETH rewards for yourself.
Yeah.
So just, a quick note there. So.
Yeah. Take a little bit, give a little bit. Mix it up. All right, cool. So, there's probably some other updates, but we're at 8:30. So let's definitely get into the other parts of the call. And I'm going to, I see we have a hand raised, so I'd love to go for it. Sev. How do you say it? Is it Seven or how do you say your name?
Sven.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for giving me some time here. Just wanted to say hello. Rodo from Misa Reef Dial invited me. We're working together on sort of a hacker house for the lack of the better word, but it's not the same thing for both Boulder and Denver, actually. So raised my hand when Maddie started talking about that, because Rodo thought that there might be some overlap from certainly what you guys are doing from a value perspective and what you all believe in. So I'm very excited about being here. Already heard a bunch of words, see a couple of faces of what I think about all the time, conviction voting, big one. So I spent most of my time actually working on trying to make human coordination better with the tools we're working on Decented. But I just wanted to mention that if you guys are planning on doing anything in Boulder and or Denver, we have it's called the Carrot Castle. I'll drop a link here, carrotcastle.xyz. And it's basically, we started it last year in Denver, just took over a larger B&B and try to put people in the rooms who this earlier, the no number go up technology shit, that was my comment, who do not want that primarily and just want to make the world a better place, right? As cheesy as it sounds, but I think you guys get what I mean. And just have deep conversations about what we believe in, also the why we are working on what we're working on, which it seems like often kind of falling behind in conversations. And just being the couch at, you know, these conferences, the community beyond the conference, because we heard it time and time again. Where's the real value? It's not at the main venue, right? There's good stuff happening there, but it's the side events. So we wanted to make a comfortable place for people to either, you know, stay there, of course, if you want to rent the room. And we're just trying to break even. Unfortunately, it's not as cheap as we'd like it to be. And then just host organizations who are also value aligned and looking for a place to do something, take over the Carrot Castle, and hopefully bring people through that, you know, believe in the things we believe in and have good events together. Could be anything from just, you know, last year we had a sense making session, for example. We had Unlock Protocol did some stuff, and
Nice.
but we were just hanging out. Had about 100 people come through last year. It was really cool. So we doubled down, doing it again this year. So yeah. That's that.
Drop a link. I know Rodrigo's he messaged me. So like, yeah, I think a lot of us would want to participate because last year we got a house. We had like a Greenpill house, but this year we're probably just going to be more so, you know, spreading ourselves out, staying at, you know, places like the Carrot Castle and others. So yeah, this is awesome. Let's see. Let me share my screen so people can see. So we got new conversations, dinners, not to get involved. Nice. Cool. I also think, yeah, Rodrigo mentioned, like, if you want to sponsors, so yeah, want to support. I think we'll discuss within Greenpill, you know, kind of anything we could potentially do. Yeah, love.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, right? So this is, of course, the public-facing side of things, but if you have any ideas, or if, you know, what you see on the slide decks or on the website doesn't quite align with what you're thinking, still reach out, because this is just the second time we are doing this. And really the most important thing, the reason why we are doing this is to build real relationships with people that last longer, right? And these, I think someone earlier in the Slido said, building IRL relationships deeper is so important in our industry, because we work online all day, every day. And just doing that with the right people, you know, shilling's fine, but like, let's focus on finding the common denominators. You know, last year, one of my favorite days started around like noonish, just before noon, outside on the deck, deep philosophical conversations about the meaning of life. And it was just like 3 people. And it ended like midnight inside, just looking at these governance slide decks of 100 pages. It was just fucking amazing.
That definitely giving me some memories of the Greenpill house. Yeah, I kind of forgot. Yeah, a lot of those great combos where we just sat around, maybe have a little weed, or, you know, some fun stuff. And yeah, nice. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Swift. This is awesome. Cool. And I think our next Slido is going to be a fun one, because we're going to. So I'm gonna share. This is actually maybe a good one to understand the mood we're in, so we can know what we want to do in Denver. So this one is around ranking your current regen mood. So let's rank these different options. We have alchemist. You want to turn raw ideas into fun and public goods. You're artist. I'm visualizing the future through memes and aesthetics. Builder, coding, shipping, organizing. Gardener. I'm focused on local impact and touching grass. Librarian. I'm curating knowledge to share with the rest of the village. Mycelium. I'm quietly connecting people in the background. Observer. I'm just here to vibe, soak up information. And then lastly, steward. I'm here to maintain and care for what we've already built. So go ahead and rank those based on, you know, top to top ones. All of them are really good. So not anything that's at the bottom is still very good. But yeah, let's spend a couple minutes doing that, and then we could talk about kind of the general results people see, and maybe people could share some of their responses and why they responded that way. Cool. So it looks like we'll give a couple more minutes for get a couple more responses. We have 7 so far. If we could get to like 10. How many do we have on the call? We have 24. So we can get to like half of us. Oh, how many AIs do we have on the call? There's a few. Okay, so if we get to like 10, that's like half is a decent enough sample size. So we could. And I just dropped the link in the chat too, the rec link, so you should be able to just click that link and get and fill it out. Well, I see we got a couple more people still filling out, so we'll wait a little bit longer. But so far, Stewart is winning. And yeah, Matt, what's up?
I was just gonna ask, Civil's still here, right? Yeah, Civil. Is there a chance you're gonna go to East Denver Boulder?
Hi, yeah. Probably not, is the short answer.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm assuming everybody here is already subscribed to your Telegram news event group. So, but if not, look up Civil Monkey and you'll find it. I'm sure there'll be a lot of alpha about good stuff happening at Denver Boulder there.
Yeah, that's also independent. Like I'll probably do that if I'm there or not.
That's the change makers, right?
No, that's it. It's the
that a different one?
Monkey, the newsletter.
Oh, okay. Cool. We're at 10 responses. So let's see what we got. And then yeah, anybody continue to feel free to respond if you haven't yet. It's kind of fun, a little ironic. We got Stewart at the top. That is our main role that we have in Greenpill. So yeah, I'm here to maintain and care for what we've already built. And there's a lot we've built. So I think this is great to have this because I know there's always more to do, new things to develop, to explore, but we're also acknowledging and caring for. That's probably the thing that we probably don't have enough in this world currently is just the tending and keeping maintaining things and not just move on to the next shiny object. So yeah, really cool to see Stewart. But in essence, nothing's really overtaking too much because then next you have Alchemist turning raw ideas. Well, we have a tie between Alchemist and Gardener, so turning raw ideas into funded public goods, and Gardener's turning raw seeds into thriving plants. So a lot of synergy there. Then we have Builder, shipping code, organizing, mycelium, connecting people in the background, and then let's see the last two. Librarian, artist, and observer. So yeah, observer's low, which I also say is probably good. Nice to have like more leaning into maybe more active roles and things. But yeah, anybody want to comment on what they, how they kind of approach this and their general regen mood to start 2026? Yeah, sir.
Yeah, I just want to make a comment really. Forgot who said it earlier, but coaxing value out of the degens to make them do regen things is something I've been thinking a lot about. And I think the conviction voting or conviction markets, like a derivative of prediction markets, I think can do a lot of that. So that I just wanted to share that's a very interesting space, because if we can come up with mechanisms to make them lean into their greed, what they're mostly care about, and if their actions then do regen things, then we both win, right? Because as much as I distance myself from the capitalist world we are forced to live in these days, it's not going to go away anytime soon, right? So let's exploit the system to do what we want it to be done.
I think it's well said, because everybody needs to make decisions, right? And everyone's, even in every community, in the most degen, people want to make the best decisions that they, so yeah, having better mechanisms, I think, makes a ton of sense. Well said. Anybody else want to share about their regen mood?
I think a bit of the current mood is like coming to senses, like actually coming down from the potential of dreaming regen and coming to our senses in the sense of, okay, what actually works and what are we actually experiencing? What are the actual issues, and what maybe like focus more on like what actually can work and what's actually happening and what doesn't work, instead of dreaming of the potential amazing potentialities. And for me, that's definitely part of the mood.
Love it. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Something else that I'm happy about and looking forward to of more of this year is the fact that on the regen side, it's no longer an airy-fairy tree-hugging exercise. It's all rooted in data, rooted in verified outcomes that can be proven, and that is powerful, because that makes us it makes the whole regen movement even more valuable to degens as well in that space, and also impact investors. It's become something that people can trust in and believe in.
Yeah, trust. I love that. Yeah, I love that. Anybody else want to share? And we have one more question. Well, we'll go to the pop and then we'll do the last question. Yeah, welcome, Luis. Welcome, Coy. Yeah, all good. So if you could do the Slido right now, that'd be awesome. I think both of the Slido links should be pinned. So you should be able to hop on and fill this out. And then, yeah, this might be a good segue into the POAP. So let's do that before maybe I'll just have to drop for the next calls. So let's put that over here. So, okay, I'm going to share this tab. So you could just go ahead and scan the QR code, and I'll also drop a link in the chat for this. So let's pull up tab. So get your pull up. You're definitely, all you have to do is enter your address. It's as simple as this. Just say, give me a pull up, and I'll give it to you. And let me also go back to the QR code in case anybody was scanning that. You can also copy to the clipboard. Let me open this image in a new tab. There we go. So you could go ahead and scan this as well. And shout out to Matt with the art. Yeah, man, this is really so. This is the banana. Like, I like this one a lot. This is some very intricate. Yeah, it's very artsy.
Yeah, officially bailed on GPT.
So this,
I mean, I used the not to use mycelium attached an
Mhm.
image of the film and said watercolor, but yeah,
yeah, it
it's
works.
definitely got it. It's definitely got the look.
Yeah, I love the root systems. All right, this will now. Yeah, and if you need to get it later, you don't have. You could send me a message. I'll drop you a Mint link, and so you still be able to get it even if you don't get it during the call. And now let's go to the final Slido question. Yeah, somebody say something. Was that okay? There's some noise. So okay, so there's our last Slido question for the call, and this is really important because this is going to help us determine how future calls go. So what we have here are different options and segments we could do. So breakout rooms, start creating doing small groups where we network, kind of have more personal conversations for a few minutes before larger updates. Funding alpha, which we tend to do. So we want to see if wants to prioritize that. Guest brains, having somebody come, give a chat, talk about things they're working on, maybe some of the podcast hosts and guests like Primavera, for example. Live governance, discussing voting on network decisions in real time. We could use this call to make some decisions. This could become a space where we do voting and do different things, or at least kick off a voting window. Open floor, unstructured, just open discussion. Region theory, diving into mechanism design. And then lastly, I think, was it show and tell? Yeah, show and tell chapters demoing what they built or done. So go ahead and fill this out and let's see what people are thinking. Definitely one person wants to see some guest brains and some live governance. So love that. And I'll drop a link for this one too in the chat. Let's see. Cool. So go ahead and open up the Slido in the chat too. Just click that link and you'll be able to fill things out. And I'm gonna do my selections. So let's. I was thinking I was gonna be like if anybody watches horse races and you have the horse announcer and they talk super fast, but given people aren't filling this out like crazy fast, so it's kind of pointless. Let's see. So yeah, breakout room. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody say something.
I was gonna say, I wish we had JT here. I feel like he's good with this balance board. Like, we need like an MC.
Yeah, he's a great MC. Yeah, we should get JT. Yeah, I don't even think he might not even be aware of these calls, honestly. Yeah, I know he's busy. He's a busy man. He's got family and stuff. But yeah, we got 11 responses so far. Okay, this is good sample size. And I think we had a few people join, so we should maybe even get up to like 12, 13 responses. So if you haven't yet, please drop in your response so we could have a good sample size here and not be making sure that we're getting the right signal, because a couple people respond, it definitely changes and skews changes things. So the more the better. Cool, we got 2 more. Awesome. Thank you guys. Yeah, look at that. So we got a 3-way tie for first. Now we got breakout rooms nudging ahead. We got maybe one more person who wants to mix it up and affect things a little bit. Oh, look at that. It's like really, these things changes and stuff. But I think 15 solid. I feel good with 15. Yeah, I did this like this is like last night. It's like and I was Slido's, man. I love Slido though. It really works for because it didn't take too long. Just had to think a little bit of Gemini and voila. But not too much brain power had to be exerted. All right, let's see what we got. We got 16 responses. That's really good. Breakout rooms, number 1. Love that. Yeah, I think we could, in each break, we could have themes for breakout rooms. Like it could become, or just, general checking in breakout rooms. So yeah, really, really good one there. Funding alpha. So yeah, we already do this. So I think we'll maybe just zone in on this or key on this more. So we're actively going to be looking to see what's coming up each month and sharing that. Guest brains, fireside chats with thought leaders in the region space. So yeah, I would love that. I'd have to do less talking, so that'd be great. Show and tell, chapters demoing what they built or done. Yeah, we've done a couple of this, but definitely could make it more dedicated. Live governance, number 5. Then we got region theory and open floor. So pretty solid. So yeah, want to hear some thoughts now. Anybody want to share how they responded to this? Maybe go into more detail around some of these activities and what they could look like. Would love to hear some thoughts.
Yeah, I think I will join so I can also participate today. Hi everyone. I came a little late, but I could already catch up with the pace we are doing. Yeah, something that came to my mind is the breakout rooms, like we were discussing this week, like on the stewards call, about having like a protocol to make easier for people to connect and also for us to get to know each other. And I think it's very interesting that this is also like the signaling we are having from the community, the first one. So just want to highlight that. And yeah, I'm also like think we discussed about fireside chats like with tough leaders. So it's pretty interesting how aligned these two things, like the two things that are kind of new. It's the things we also discussed this week. So very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, all these are great because, like I said, less moderation, less of like where it feels like I always hated in school. I always hated lecture. Like I hated classes where like the teacher just talks. And not to say that these calls, you guys let me know how I'm doing and doing a decent job, but the more we can have just these activities. That's why I liked in school. Let's do an activity. So we'd break into the groups, right, and get to work on a project, something like that's the fun stuff. So
just something I've picked up over the last year is that when we start going into heavy topics like governance and contentious issues, then it tends to always end up with one or two people having a long conversation for about 20 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes and nobody else really being able to participate or having the background and understanding or the want to participate. So what might be good is to have all of these things during a session and maybe leave live governance for the last because it's people who want to do that can keep going after the call.
I like that. Yeah. Because there could be endless deliberation. So yeah. Well said. Yeah, 5 minutes left. Anybody else want to share anything? Doesn't even have to be related to this. Maybe you have an update, want to drop some links for the community to be aware of some things you're doing, have coming up. But yeah, just want to make sure everybody could voice their thoughts and ideas.
Yeah, I think something that it's interesting to talk about is that we are thinking about strategies for the network and how we could create like more coherence between chapters, guilds, and the network itself. So if anyone wants to join this discussion, yeah, just ping us. We can bring you to the discussion too. Yeah, I think this is something maybe that I can think about. And also the Greenpill Gardens, probably you already mentioned, like the program. We will have our next calls.
Yeah, we talked about that. So we might try to move it later because of the region pollination call that's at the same time. So the idea would be to, go to that call for about an hour, then go into our call. So we're going to discuss it in the Telegram. But yeah, that was kind of one of the things we discussed around that. This thing generally, shout out Durgados once again. I don't think it's on the call, but this has been a great process. I really can't say. And maybe, let me share the article. Let me share the article Durgados wrote, because he wrote an article about this experience that he's doing with us. So if you want to kind of learn from like a meta perspective, kind of zooming out, kind of what we're going through with this season, Durgados wrote an article that's kind of, is connected to what the work that he's been doing with us for the past month or so. So definitely check out this article and give it a read to kind of understand like the meta and the more concretely what we're doing within this, and kind of going from governance beyond game theory. I think that's well said. Like we're no longer just talking about theory, we're actually practicing and starting to implement. So let's see. Oh, he was? Yeah, that doesn't surprise us. Last Friday we ended up talking, me, Matt, and Durgados for like 6 hours after like our initial call. So yeah, that tracks. So yeah, go check out that article. I think it's I'm only about like a quarter through, so I'm definitely gonna finish it, but really good stuff. Cool. I think that's everything. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Really appreciate everybody for staying on this long. I'll share the poll up again just in case anybody join later. See,
I also just remembered. Bread Co-op has a event in their Discord in a couple hours, I believe.
Really? Okay.
And then Regen Network has their, I don't know what the cadence is, but a Regen Builder Lab on Thursday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And if you're not following the Greenpill Network account, I'd highly recommend it, because everything that I say is basically stuff that I stumbled across on Twitter and retweeted it there. So there's a ton of alpha being retweeted over on that account.
So there's two things. There's actually right now, if anybody wants to hop over, there is a Mall Earth Learning Lab. So you have the Builders Lab and you have the Learning Lab. So this is by Sophia Roklin. She was on the Mall Earth podcast recently. Like she just seems like just a great head on her shoulders and super like in tune with the space and everything. So feel free to join this one right now if you want. Think you can. So I might go hop in there for a little bit and hang out. And then, like Matt said, there's a Regen Builders Lab coming up on Thursday from 8 a.m. to 9. So this is going to be another great conversation you won't miss. So this one, we're going to dive in, introducing Regen teams. Okay, cool. That'll be fun. But yeah, let me drop links for all these in case anybody wants to check them out.
And I guess this is a decent segue into just a quick note that we're in the process of thinking about how we want to update Greenpill.network, the website.
Yeah, that's good to bring that up.
yeah, so that's like a conversation that there's like a lot of different kind of angles to look at it from, but I think just one thing I wanted to kind of mention was Heenal, and if you have anything you want to share about this, please do, but no pressure. Was thinking about basically organizing like a Greenpill knowledge base. So, you know, all the projects and all the information that's in the podcasts and being retweeted across our socials and like all our friends and, you know, the ecosystem there's a lot going on, but it's very difficult to actually like effectively track everything and be able to relay that to our broader network of people synchronously, asynchronously. So I'm hoping that you know, a lot of the information that we're sharing about events and stuff that can eventually be done a bit more effectively and automated on the website. So yeah, shout out, you know, for potentially diving into that one. But
Yeah, thanks, Matt, and yeah, really welcome anyone's input on it. I'm doing some work on it today, in fact. But yeah, the idea is that there's so much information out there, and you know, first the website has not been updated in as recently as
Like 3 years.
we would like. Okay, that's pretty bad. And then, but there's a lot more. There's just so much information. We're generating great content all the time. Like there's so much great stuff on Karma Gap. Well done, everybody. I was looking through, almost every chapter has got like good stuff on Karma Gap. People got blogs and websites and social media and you know, all the stuff we put on in Telegram, all the you know, all the reports, all the podcasts, of course, the books. There's just so much good stuff there. And so the idea is really distilling that down and organize it in a way. And then once it's there in a knowledge base that it can be easily accessed by people, you know, in Greenpill and beyond, it can interface with other data, it can be maintained, it can start adding to itself. And yeah, I can anyone who's interested in this kind of thing is something I've really been geeking out on a lot over the past year or so, is just this knowledge management and what is possible now with AI and, you know, the tools that we have to access data and create more information. So yeah, happy to jam with anyone about it. I'll probably put something out in the stewards chat today or tomorrow about it as well. But yeah, everyone is welcome to participate. The more the merrier.
Yes.
I think I want to join this with you, Reno. I think there is some stuff I'm doing that connects, and it's an opportunity for me also to learn from you, from your experience.
Sweet. Okay.
Something. Let's go. Something that I was thinking, I don't know, probably you already talked about, but just a reminder that Gardens has a season Superfluid. So every pool that is part of Greenpill network there and has a funding pool, if you stream more than $10 to this pool, you can already receive soup and already join soup garden in like soup governance too, because they also have a garden there. So yeah, just to highlight that for those who didn't make any allocation, any streaming yet, this is a good opportunity to get some soup and join this campaign. Another thing is that the dev guild's participating on the Epoch 10.
We talked about this.
Oh, cool. Just a reminder then.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. And then we also, the Gardens has the Artisans Fund for collective governance. There's a lot going on with Gardens actually. Maybe it'd be nice to get Paul on, and then we could talk about the latest updates. Like the UI is a lot more revamped. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. I was gonna say something on the website. So in essence, actually we have updated the website, but not like we haven't updated the layout. Like we haven't really, you know, made it kind of how the different things you could explore. It doesn't really map to what the current network structure is. And one thing I will say is that we do have a Charmverse, which is really rich in information. So a lot of this is less about content and having, and like even Hino pointed out, we have Karma Gap. So it's more about aggregating and pulling together. So it's less about it creating, we need to create. Besides, maybe even the website, we probably will keep the same design structure and the same graphics and just add some more pages and just do another layout for now, new templates for different content, basically. So I think that's will be a nice half step before then doing a full revamp, where then maybe we have a connect with wallet type of website where people could actually connect, maybe even do some learning, all that good stuff. But I think this initial next phase is going to be more about bringing our Charmverse to the website and our other sources where data lives.
For sure. Yeah. So now that we've been talking about it a little bit more, so I think that the three parts that how I'm kind of looking at it is obviously that Greenpill knowledge base. That's kind of the most important. We're trying to run an organization, so that's obviously vital. But then it's also the refi local toolkit type stuff, and then the ecosystem mapping. And there's a little bit of overlap amongst all of those pieces, but that's those are the three pieces of it where I'm personally like super excited about those existing and like using it myself.
Nice. Well, cool. I think it's good if we actually start. We keep the hour and kind of formally end the call. We do like to talk in Greenpill, so hey, anybody wants to stay on, we could keep chatting. I probably will hop to another call just because I want to explore some other spaces. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. First one of the year. We're gonna implement some of those activities we ranked and yeah, really make this a very interactive experience going forward. And I appreciate everybody. I enjoy these calls so much. I enjoy spending time with you guys and catching up. So yeah, thank you guys and have a good rest of your day and week.
Awesome. Thanks, Alpha.
Thanks so much, Alpha. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Zafo. Bye, everyone.